I'm Noreen and welcome to my kitchen and another edition of Pies Giving. Today we are making a traditional lattice-topped vanilla almond cherry pie. The vanilla almond part maybe not so traditional, but today I'm going to flavor this pie up with some Torani almond syrup and some vanilla paste, and it is going to be incredible. This is our third installment third or fourth, I don't remember. This is another installment in our Pies Giving celebration, and you will once again have the chance to win an ice cream spade from our friends at Rada Cutlery. So make sure you stay tuned until the end of the video, where I will tell you how you can enter to win one of these beautiful ice cream spades from Rada Cutlery. So let's go see how we make this beautiful and delicious vanilla almond lattice top cherry pie. We're going to just do a quick overview of the pie filling ingredients. I also have a double crust pie recipe that is all ready to go. I've taken these out of my refrigerator. I previously made them, so I need a bottom crust and a top crust. These are all ready to roll out, but they need to sit on the counter for a little while before I do that. While those are resting out of the refrigerator, we're going to build our filling. And this is a filling that's made with tart cherries or sour cherries. Now, I've tried this recipe with frozen dark sweet cherries, and it didn't come out the way that I had hoped. So this time I thought we would try the canned tart cherries. These are red tart cherries, and these are readily available in the grocery store. This is the Oregon brand, and I think these are available nationwide. Now, I won't lie to you, these are not cheap. They're a little over $3 a can, and I have 4 cans here. I've drained 2 of the cans, and I've left the water in the other 2, because that leaves us with approximately 1 cup total of water if we didn't have the cherries in here. This is a 2-cup measure. But we need some liquid to make our filling the way we want to make it. So we've got about, I'd say about 4 cups of cherries. So 4 cans, and these are 14.5 ounce cans. Now what I've put in the pot here is 1 cup of granulated sugar and 1/4 cup of cornstarch. Now anytime you're cooking with cornstarch and you're going to make a sauce or a fruit like this and it requires sugar, make sure that you blend your cornstarch and your sugar together first. This helps to distribute the cornstarch a little bit more evenly, and that way it won't clump together. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our cherries right on in there. And remember, these, even though they came out of a can, they're a natural product. You may encounter a pit or 2. We're going to go ahead and we're going to stir this. And it's going to look murky and milky and a little unpleasant. But that's okay, because once we put this on the stove and begin to cook it, and then we're going to bring it to a boil for 1 minute, that's going to clear up and it's going to look just like that cherry pie filling that you're familiar with out of a can, only it's going to taste 100% better. Now, what we're going to season this up with is, because this is a vanilla almond cherry pie, and we're going to use some vanilla paste. And I'm going to use about a tablespoon of it. And this really, really brings out the flavor of the cherries. I mean, cherries and vanilla are like... And then what we're going to do to boost the flavor of this pie even further is the almond component. And we're going to use 1/4 cup or 1 shot glass of almond syrup. This is the Torani almond. And that is going to add so much flavor. Now, again, while vanilla and cherries go together very well, so do almond and cherries. They go together very well as well. So we're going to go ahead, and I'll meet you over at the stove. We're going to go ahead and cook this over a medium heat until it comes to a boil, and it's going to thicken, and it's going to look absolutely beautiful. All right, this has been simmering, and it's come to a boil. And after it comes to a boil, you want to let it boil for 1 minute. And what that's going to do is it's going to set the cornstarch, and it's going to help that thickening agent to kind of bloom inside of the liquid that we put in there, and this is going to be the thickener. So remember, it doesn't have to be super thick at this point, but you are going to let this cool off a little before we put it into our rolled out crust. You're going to want to let this sit for a good 15 or 20 minutes before you pour this into a pie shell. Otherwise, you're going to have a real mess on your hands. So this is ready to just set to the side. All right. We've let this cool off for a while. I rolled out my pie crust. I let it sit in the fridge since it's nice and cold now. And that's what you want because this is still a little bit warm. I have my oven preheated to 375. I'm just going to go ahead and pour this into the pie.
Don't you leave behind that goodness.
I won't, honey. Don't worry. And this is really delicious. Now remember, it may look a little runny right now, but this is still going to cook in the oven. And then it'll thicken up further. So now what I'm going to do is make a lattice top for this. So I have rolled out my top crust and I put it on a parchment paper and then I cut it using a pastry wheel. And it gives it that nice little ruffled pattern. So I've cut this in approximately 1/2 inch strips. And we're going to go ahead and show you how to do a lattice top. So what you want to do is you want to start with the longest piece and you're going to put that in the middle of your pie. Let's see if I can get that here. Just like that. And then we'll just go across. Then what you're doing at this point, you're going to turn it. And we're going to start to weave, basically. So we're just going to pull back every other one, just like that. And we'll put it, and I'll put them back the other direction, lay them back down. And that's all you do. You can take the opposite ones that you didn't lift up the first time, and you lay them down, a fresh piece, and you just lay them down like this. And you continue doing that the best that you can. Sometimes they, they want to be fussy, but you got to show them who's boss, right? Just like that. It's pretty self-explanatory. It reminds me a lot of, in elementary school or vacation Bible school when we were kids, and we all made those woven pot holders. I mean, I think every kid's done that. Maybe not. Maybe it's just me. Huh?
Been there.
Been there. We've all been there. I'm pretty sure. Now, you can do a couple of things. You can just go around your pie, like I'm going to do today, and you can just kind of gently press the lattice top into your pie, just like this. You just pinch it in. When it gets into the oven, it's going to kind of soften up and they're going to bake together. You can also choose to go around the pie and crimp the entire thing if you like. I'm not going to do that today just because I don't feel like it. What I am going to do is I'm going to take my kitchen shears and I'm just going to kind of trim off some of these extra pieces. Just like that, just to even everything up a bit. And if your ends seem like they're not sticking, you can always use a little bit of water and stick them to each other. If that doesn't look like an old-fashioned cherry pie, I don't know what does. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is we're just going to kind of gild the lily here. I have 1 egg beaten with 1 tablespoon of water, and we're going to give our pie dough a little bit of an egg wash. And what I can say is try and do your best to kind of just brush the pie crust and not get too much of that egg mixture in on the filling. And make sure you get the edges really well. This is going to add a really beautiful gloss and shine to your pie crust. And then we're going to add just a little bit of crystal sugar. If you don't have crystal sugar, you can just use granulated sugar, or you can use turbinado sugar, but don't use brown sugar here. You can also not put any sugar at all on the pie crust like I'm going to do. I just think it adds a really pretty finish, and it looks really beautiful, and it tastes pretty nice, and it gives it a nice extra crunch. You can just sprinkle it all over the top of the pie. So I have my oven preheated to 375 degrees. We're going to pop this in the oven for 30 minutes, and then I'm going to put a pie shield on it, and then after 30 minutes we're going to put it back in the oven, and we're going to let it bake for another hour to, another half an hour to 45 minutes until it's nice and thick, the crust is golden brown, and you can see that the bottom is nice and golden as well. So we'll be back when it's time to take it out of the oven. Pie is done baking, and halfway through I did put on that pie shield. So you can see, we're going to go ahead and take it off. I'm going to move it right over here because I'm cooking my dinner right now. And you can see it's bubbling, bubbling, bubbling. That will have to go in the dishwasher. And that is a beautiful pie. It's all drippy and oozy, and it's going to be great. Now, as this cools, that filling is going to thicken, and I would allow this to cool for at least 2 hours before cutting into it. And cherry pie typically is going to be a little runny, so you're not going to probably get a nice dense piece, but it's going to be so delicious, I promise. So we'll be back when it's time to dish up a piece of this pie and share with you how you can win a Rada Cutlery ice cream spade like we've been giving away every pie this pie is giving. This week again you're going to be able to get an ice cream spade, and I'm going to tell you all about how you can enter for a chance to win. So stick around to the end of the video where you can learn about the contest and watch us cut into this delicious vanilla almond cherry pie. Have it. A delicious vanilla almond lattice top cherry pie. This was super easy to make. Maybe it takes a little more time and a little bit of planning, but in the end I think you're really going to love it. And of course, because this is our Pies Giving celebration, we are going to be giving away another prize from Rada Cutlery. Today we're going to be giving away another ice cream spade, because what better way to top off your cherry pie than with a scoop of vanilla ice cream. But I wanted to tell you how you can enter to win this ice cream spade. You're going to need to be a subscriber to the Noreen's Kitchen YouTube channel. You're also going to need to follow me on Twitter. And what I want you to do is I want you to tweet out what your favorite pie is. And I want you to use the hashtag Noreen's Kitchen Pies Giving. And then I will search that hashtag and I will select a winner among those people who use that hashtag by tweeting out what their favorite pie is. So that's all you have to do. Super simple. And we're going to go ahead and cut into this pie. Yep, mine is still a little bit warm, but I'm not going to stop that from having us enjoy this pie. It looks great. All you do is you just scrape along the ice cream, and you give it a little scrape, and then you pop it right on top of your piece of pie. And there you have it, a beautiful piece of cherry pie a la mode. Taste it?
Okay, I have to.
You have to. A little piece of crust and some ice cream. Some of the pie filling. There you go. There's nothing better than pie in my estimation.
And it's so good.
That is really good.
I testify.
That's really good. Now, truth be told, I did not have a cherry pie planned for Pies Giving. My very good friend Diane, she said, I hope you're making cherry pie because that's my very favorite pie. So Diane, I made this just for you. I hope that you give it a try, and I hope that you love it. I hope you all do. I hope you all go over to Twitter and make sure you follow me and tweet me what your favorite pie is for Thanksgiving or any time. And then make sure you hashtag the post with hashtag Noreen's Kitchen Pies Giving. So I look forward to all of your tweets. I look forward to hearing you guys if you try this recipe. I love presenting it to you, and I hope you try it, and I hope you like it. And until next time, happy Pies Giving!